President Hu Jintao is on the last day of what's being called his warm spring trip to Japan. It is the first Chinese state visit to Japan in 10 years. China and Japan have seen ups and downs in their relations in past decades, but the last 2 years have witnessed great breakthroughs. As Emma Moore tells us, Hu Jintao's tour is expected to herald a new era for Sino-Japanese ties.
Cherry blossom season welcomes a blooming relationship. On Tuesday, Chinese President Hu Jintao began his warm spring trip to Japan, the first by a Chinese president since 1998. The 5-day tour is Hu Jintao's longest overseas trip to one country, and he had a packed schedule to make the most of his time. President Hu Jintao met with Emperor Akihito. He held talks with Prime Minister Yasuo Fukuda, and he exchanged views with representatives of leading Japanese companies and the country's main political parties. On Wednesday, the two countries signed a joint statement on comprehensive promotion of strategic, mutually beneficial relations. It's the fourth key political document and is meant to serve as a guideline and a blueprint for the future.
I think together with Mr. Fukuda we are at the starting point of a new chapter of history. We now have a new chance to develop ties more. Both of us need to make an effort and open up a new phase of comprehensive development and develop China and Japan's mutual relationship.
2 years ago, then Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe proposed establishing mutually beneficial strategic relations during his visit to China. The proposal received a warm welcome. It was the first time since diplomatic relations were established 36 years ago that China and Japan agreed to use the word strategic to label their relations. Analysts believe close ties will bring benefits to both countries.
Japan is becoming more and more normal after 60 years of its experience since the end of the war, with reflection and sense of remorse about what we did in 1930s and 40s to the Asian neighbors, particularly China.
China wants peaceful development, a harmonious society. The goals are hard to achieve without a peaceful and harmonious neighborhood. So for China, mutually beneficial strategic relations with Japan are in its long-term overall interests.
One is a developing country, the other is a developed nation with 40 years of prosperity. It's the first time that the two Asian powers are on the rise together. So what are the prospects for coexistence?
In this age of interdependence, in this age of globalizations, two great states can coexist and can coexist on mutual beneficial basis. That is exactly the theme that was enunciated 2 years ago by Mr. Abe's meeting with Hu Jintao, namely the mutually beneficial strategic relations are the model of Japan-China relations. And so I don't agree that the China and Japan, because China is emerging, it's going to be rivals or threat. And I think the more China prosper, Japan prosper too.
Seeking common ground while shelving differences, China and Japan currently face a new opportunity to deepen ties. No matter where politics takes Japan, or what temporary disputes China and Japan may have, strategic mutually beneficial relations are in the interests of the two peoples. Emma Moore, CCTV.